sounds so Welsh to me. Pinath Gelin and Falas. Hello. Welcome to Welsh ASMR 82. How are you doing? In this video I'm going to be doing a video inspired by one of my long-term subscribers, the Lorax. So thank you so much for the amazing idea. It was suggested that I do a map video like my others, but on fictional places. So what better than to start off with the map from The Lord of the Rings. And I've also ordered, using the funds from my Patreon subscribers or supporters, Kira and Natalie, thank you very much, another map which is for Westeros, from of course Game of Thrones. So something that I'm really keen to do, so I'm not going to waste any time and I'm going to do this video because the map has arrived today. So we'll start off with a little bit of unboxing, so to speak, and then we'll have a look at the map itself. It's made out of particularly crinkly material, which is so ASMR friendly. So I can't wait to share this video with you. If you've got a second, click subscribe for me. Don't forget to like the video and share your comments and thoughts on the video with me. I can't wait to hear what you think. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram and support me on Patreon if you wish. Thank you so much. Oh, and don't forget the Tingles app as well. Okay, head over there as soon as you can. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. Right then, let's start at the beginning. So, I'm going to go through the western part of the map to begin with, and the central point that we've got here is Hobbiton. Hobbiton is where the hobbits all live, and that's the part of Middle-earth that the adventure begins in from Frodo's perspective. And actually this map very helpfully takes us on a little journey with the Fellowship of the Ring. But there's lots of areas that you don't really get to see firsthand in the Lord of the Rings film, but instead they tend to be referenced in the Silmarillion book and other books by Tolkien. I've been to Hobbiton because the set is in New Zealand, and I went to visit once, and if you ever get a chance to go, I would highly recommend it. So this is the Shire, and in the Shire you've got Hobbiton. Just going to zoom in. Hang on. There we are. Hobbiton's here. West March is here. Struggling to read this one actually. Lake Hobbiton, Fornos, does that say Midgewater? And this way we've got the cars are really noisy outside today. You've got the old forest. Then before you get to Bree, here, and Weathertop here, and the Great East Road. You've got to cross the Brandywine River. And this is Buckland. I just have to pause the video to have a close look at my eyes. Oh, terrible. Ford is here. And the reason I really love, well, one of the many reasons that I really love Lord of the Rings is because a lot of it is based on Welsh. So Ford is a popular place name in Wales, and Forno sounds very Welsh. We're going to look over closer to the coastline now. Oh yeah, that's the other thing, this map is really cool. So, let's get a little bit closer. So, I decided to start off with the northwest. So, just to get our bearings, Hobbiton is just here. The hills of Evandon are just here, and Arnor, the ancient area of Arnor, is here, with Frodo at the top, and Forachel here. Forlindon is just here with the Blue Mountain Range, and the Grey Havens is the Elvish port which goes into the Gulf of Lune here. Harlond is here, and the coastline is quite rugged. So this area here is, well, Forlindon is here, but this whole area here is Erebor. And the Blue Mountain Ranges stretch right from the north all the way down into the south just here. I'm going to check out that area in a second. I just want to look at the River Lune, which connects to the Gulf of Loon here, coming down from the mountains. The level of detail of all of these maps are just incredible. It's almost as much time spent on the geography and the maps of the area than on the stories themselves. So those are the Grey Havens there, just next to the Blue Mountains, going out into the Gulf. So the next sub-area I want to focus on, also pertaining to Erebor, is Harlindon. So Forlindon, Harlindon, Forlond, Harlond, and then the Blue Mountains stretch down here. The Brandywine River comes from this area and flows right the way through the Shire. So this area here is Harlindon, Forlindon, and then we're going to have a little look at Minhariath. Now Minhiriaith, with the Grey Flood River. This area here, lots of trees, not as rugged, no mountains here. It's a bit more further to the south. Harlindon comes into the Shire, connected with the river, but the Grey Flood goes off in another direction altogether. Let's look further south. I've just been trying to maneuver the camera to get it at a really good angle. You just can't believe how big and detailed this map is. It's insane. So we're in the southwest now. We're going to take a look at Inedwaith, which is where Dunland is. So this area we know a little bit of because the ring travelled with Frodo this way, so we're aware of the border regions here, but this area doesn't really come into it. In the films, I mean, of the Lord of the Rings. So, point of reference is up here, Hobbiton, the Shire, Erebor is the ancient area, and Forlindon, Harlindon, Minhiriaith, and Inedwaith, with Dunland in this area. I'll go into the centre area because you can't see this bit too well. I'll look at that later, but let's take a focus of the southern area. So we talked about the Grey Flood River here, and with Inedwaith we've got another river here, the Ison, which undoubtedly lends itself to the Isengard later on. The Ison River here goes through the Gap of Rohan, the southern tip of the Misty Mountains and Fangorn. Almost like fate had decided, I was about to come upstairs to record this video, and Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, was on the television. So I actually just watched it for a little bit. It is my favourite film of all time. And they were in Fangorn with Treebeard, Merry and Pippin. So you will remember from the films that the Gap of Rohan here borders on the White Mountains. West Emnet is here, and Edoras, the capital of the Rohan, which we'll take a closer look at, is here. Helm's Deep is just here, and Isengard is here. If you look down here, the Lotr River undoubtedly comes off the White Mountains and leads us into Anfalas. The White Mountains are what separate the lands of the men, the Rohan and Gondor. So if this is Anfalas, then this area here is Belfalas. This area here, Penath Gaelin. Gaelin sounds so Welsh to me. Penath Gaelin and Falas. Belfalas, Gondor, Rohan, Fangorn, Dunland, Enedwaith, Minhiriaeth. Right, let's have a look at the northern part of the map. I briefly showed you Frodwaith earlier on. Yeah, so I showed you Frodwaith earlier on, and the Grey Mountains are up here. Quite importantly, Erebor is here. Erebor is where the kingdom of the dwarfs is found. Erebor. And we've got here Rhovanion, which is quite a large area, and Erebor is here, Esgaroth is here, and in this area here, the mountains of, it looks like Darkwood. River Running is down here. The old forest road is here, and just out of sight here you've got the Mirkwood, which is where Legolas is from. It features heavily in the Hobbit movies rather than the Lord of the Rings. As I said, this is Rovanion, and the forest river cuts through the forest. Esgaroth is here, and Erebor is there, and they're all linked through the river. The Misty Mountains cut all the way down here. Over here, Carndún, in the north, where Frodo is separated from Angmar of old and the Etten Moors by the Misty Mountains. Frodo is this area here, and we recognise Rivendell, where the elves live, some of the elves from the Lord of the Rings movie, which is where the Fellowship of the Ring was created. And the trolls live here. Let's go a little bit more over to the east. Okay, so we've got the Iron Hills here, which is where most of the dwarves are. The Iron Hills. This is where Erebor is. And I said that the Mirkwood was here. It's to be noted that Dol Guldur is here as well, which is the castle of Sauron, and features in The Hobbit. So this is the Mirkwood here, Rovanion is here, and the river running cuts across all this land here. I'm going to show you a little bit of Rhûn, which is to the east. So Rhûn is here, R-H-U with a circumflex N, and the Sea of Rhûn is here. This massive big sea in this really abandoned area, mountain range here. The brown lands are here, and the marshes that they have to go through to get the ring to Mount Doom is here. So these are the Ash Mountains. Ash Mountains. And this is Dagorlad. Dagorlad. Morannon. Udun. We'll take a closer look at Mordor later on. I just want to go back around first. We want to end there really. This is the brown lands here. I'll come to this bit in a second. Let's go that way. Let's go back to the west, shall we? Emin Moor, Shire, and the Dead Marshes. Dagorlad is just here. The Anduin is here, which they come down by boat before they separate. The Wold is here, and East Amnet. And this is the Entwash from West Emnet. Now this is background to Helm's Deep and Edoras in the White Mountains, because the Rauros is here, area where lots of different rivers converge, and they come down to Caerandros. And Minas Tirith is just down here. I'm going to take a look down south in a second so I can show you Gondor a little bit better. So we've seen this area so far. With the White Mountains and Fangorn here, and the Rauros and Rohan, West Emnet, East Emnet, the Wold, and the Entosh, which flows past Edoras to Caerandros. In the south here, so this is Caerandros, and this is Gondor. We've already taken a look at Anfalas and Belfalas. Lepenin is here, and Pelargir is here in Ithilien. Lots of little rivers coming off into the sea. This, by the way, is the Bay of Belfalas. This is Belfalas. The Bay of Belfalas is this area here. Looks a little bit like the coastline of Greece. So this area to the south is Harondor with the Harad Road. I'll show you a little bit more further south because it does go a little bit more to the south here. So yeah, this is Ithilien, just on the border here with Mordor, which is where the place where we're going to end this video. I thought it'll take a little while to go over because it's so big. So we said that Minas Tirith was here. And that means that Minas Morgul is here. That's the way that Frodo got to the Mount Doom. He went through the caves near Minas Morgul. And in between Minas Tirith and Minas Morgul, we've got Osgiliath, which was on the river, if you remember. Okay, let's take a little sneaky peek down south. Okay, I'm doing this a little bit freehand, so Harondor is here, with the Harad Road. Near Harad is here, and this whole area is called Haradwaith, with Chand over here. I don't hear too much about these places, but there are warriors for Mordor that help out with the Olivants, the elephants. And the city of the Corsairs is here. Again, they have a battle up here by Minas Tirith. Yes, this is Haradwaith. Let's do fly over then. So I got Haradwaith, the Bay of Belfalas, Arundir, Gondor, Rohan,
Cenedwaith, Mynediaeth, the Shire, Harlindon, Forlindon, all part of Erebor, Arnor, and Shire is up here. Eregion. Oh yes, Lorien, we didn't go there. Moria is here, where Gandalf fought the Balrog in the mountain itself. Moria. And then we've got Lorien here. And that's how they went down the river, down the Anduin, past Dol Guldur. The Shire is here, Angmar Frodwaith, the north here, the Grey Mountains, the Iron Hills. We got Rhovanion, where the Mirkwood is, which became known as the Darkwood, where Legolas is from, the Iron Hills where Gimli is from, Shroon here, where the Sea of Shroon, Rhovanion, the Ash Mountains, down here, past Caerandros, Minas Tirith, Osgiliath and Minas Morgul, and we come to Mordor, the south of Mordor here. Have the Mountains of Shadow before the border with the Hand, the Sea of Nurnen, and the Norn is here. This whole area here encased in large mountains is Mordor, and then in the northern area, Gorgoroth with Barad-dûr is where you find Mount Doom, where the ring was forged and where Frodo threw it back into the fire to melt it and destroy Sauron. So that is the map from the Lord of the Rings, and I've had lots and lots of fun going over it with you, so thank you so much. I will put the camera down in a second and have a little chat with you before the end. It's a really nice bit, Middle Earth. I really like the bottom of the map as well here. That's nice. But yeah, it's a really cool idea. So thanks to the Lorax for thinking about it for me, do my hard work. And I will put the camera down now. So that was the video that I've been working on for some time, and that was the map of Middle-earth from the Lord of the Rings books and films, performed in an ASMR style for you. Before I go, I'll just do another reminder for you to have a look at my Instagram and to have a look at the Tingles app and support me on that platform, and also to have a look at my Patreon page and have a think about whether you want to support me in making these sorts of videos in the future. That would be really nice. I've been using the Tingles app myself. It's actually really good in the fact that I've said to you before that I like to listen to videos and not watch them, and I often fall asleep doing that, and the Tingles app it's totally free. You don't have to pay any money whatsoever to use and to watch my videos on it. It's free to download and it's free to watch all my videos. It's just a different platform with options to donate money if you so wish, but there's no obligation to do so. And the reason the app is really good is because you can turn off the screen, whereas you can't with YouTube unless you pay for the extra features. So I can just turn it off and it doesn't light up the room when I'm trying to fall asleep. And you can also, there's a couple of really good things. Oh yeah, you can set a sleep timer on it as well, because they automatically go on to the next video, and you can, I haven't had to play with that feature yet, but I think it's really good. So I really highly recommend the Tingles app, not least because it's absolutely free. I just think it's a bit better than YouTube, really. And all of my videos are on that platform for free as well. So I'll let you go. I hope you're fast asleep, as I always like to say. If you're not, then make sure that you've already subscribed to my channel to support me further. Click like on this video as well. Help it get shared a bit more. Share it yourself if you're feeling like someone else you know can benefit from a bit of relaxing ASMR and maybe has a bit of a interest in Lord of the Rings. And I will be back with a new video next week. Fingers crossed. It's my next map is going to be arriving from Amazon, and it will be a map on Westeros from the soon to be returning to our televisions for the last time. Quite stressed about it, really. I'm worried about the ending. I don't trust them to make it a happy ending. Game of Thrones. So I'll speak to you soon. I'll sign off. I hope you've had a really nice time listening to this video, watching this video, and I'll see you soon. Diolch yn fawr, thank you very much, and nos da, good night. Bye. Thank you for subscribing, commenting, and liking my videos. It really means so much to me. A special thank you to my supporters on Patreon. The link is in the description box if you want to join them. Also, now you can support me by just watching me on Tingles. Click the link